If you feel stuck and you keep ending back in the same place, you might be wrong. Imagine you had a pair of wings. Just use your imagination here. And like Superman, you could fly around the world. Let's say you left your house and it took you 2 years to get back to the same place. Once you're back, you're technically in the exact same position that you were 2 years ago. But are you the same person? You're not. The experiences and the wisdom that you learn from that whole journey makes you a whole different person. So yes, on paper, you're in the same spot. You might have felt like you haven't really progressed much, but the truth is that you have actually experienced so much and that you're just a whole new person. Now, I know this analogy might come off as a bit out there, but it's the truth, right? Every second that goes by is a new moment. It's a complete new moment. Even if you're doing the exact same thing over and over again, your view on what is happening is changing. The moment itself is changing. There is no moment that is the exact same as the moment before. And that is a fact. Every moment that comes to you and that comes to me is completely fresh. It's completely new. And it's literally a new opportunity. So a big part of what's holding you back and making you feel like you're stuck in what you're doing is really just you thinking and pondering and dwelling on you not making progress. That is a big part of it. Just you getting stuck thinking and focusing on why you're not improving is only going to get you so far. The more you keep just trying to ponder and ponder is time that you could have used to actually make that step and progress. That's why I love meditation. When you practice meditation, a big part of it is being able to practice letting go of those distractions and then bringing your focus back to the anchor of your breath or the anchor of your, let's say, mantra that you're chanting. And so it's a very similar process, right? While you meditate, you might constantly feel like you're completely not able to focus and you keep getting distracted. And in 5 minutes, you maybe can only focus for, let's say, 10 seconds in complete full presence. That might make you feel like you're not able to focus at all and that you're not progressing. The truth is, if it was 10 seconds this session, next session is maybe 11 seconds. Maybe another session after that is 10 seconds. Now on paper, you might feel like you went back in progress, but back to the analogy, it's like imagine you make that complete merry-go-round the world. You might appear to be a mile behind where you started, but you've still made that complete circle. It's all relative. And so the reason I say all of this is because perspective is huge. How you see things literally determines how you act, how you feel, how you think, how you do, everything. So being able to shift your perspective is the most important and powerful thing that you can do for yourself. Because the moment you create that inner control over perspective, you're now creating the inner sense of freedom to act in the ways that you want to act and be in the ways that you want to be, feel in the ways that you want to feel. I even prefer this over just sheer discipline, right? People always talk about discipline is so important and it's empowering and it's, giving you all this free time. To me, discipline kind of comes off as very robotic, comes off as very animalistic because you're kind of chained to this fixed, robust, this is how I have to do certain things. And it's very just, there's no consciousness involved. By being able to focus on shifting your perspective instead of just focusing on that discipline, you're now able to also adapt to new environments and new situations. Discipline is again, it's definitely better than having complete no discipline and living like an animal and being, driven by your compulsions. Having a set discipline allows you to be a little bit more free from that because you're now following something that you planned out for yourself, but it can also be limiting. And so by focusing on just strengthening the ability to shift your perspective, you're now creating true inner freedom because now you can literally adapt in any situation the way you want to move and the way you want to act, the way you want to feel. Even if something is, let's just say, happening very negative to you, by shifting your perspective, you could see it in a more positive way and allow that to, strengthen you and maybe even use it as an opportunity to grow. Whereas again, back to the discipline approach, you'll maybe just keep doing what you have to do, not get fazed by it, which is awesome. But then maybe you won't, get to truly grow and think outside the box. Like I feel like discipline is a very in the box way to go. At least it's a way to keep moving. People that don't have any discipline or the power to shift their perspective are maybe just not even moving at all. They're just like literally stagnant in life. But I'm just suggesting an out of box approach to life, and that's to shift your perspective. And I know it's not that easy. It's not that simple. If you're really going through something very difficult and you really feel like you're not making any progress, it might take more time for it to sit. But the more you sort of meditate or focus on this very true line, which is that every moment is new, every moment is fresh, it's all a new opportunity at the end of the day, you're able to break free from that toxic negative cycle of just pondering and thinking and dwelling on why you're not making progress. And you're able to snap out of that and start making actual action. So to wrap it up, you might be thinking that you're not making any progress and that you're stuck. But just honestly, at the end of the day, it's an illusion. You're really not stuck, because the moment that you have now is not the same moment that you had a minute ago. It's not the same moment that you had 10 minutes ago. Even if it appears to be the same, it's really not. So you thinking that you're stuck is making you actually stay stuck. You shifting your perspective and realizing that it's not true and realizing that it is a new moment, which is very true, will allow that inner freedom to be formed within yourself. And then you're able to then act in the way that you want. So I know it's not the easiest thing, but once you keep meditating on that and practicing real meditation yourself, you're able to practice with your literal thoughts and feelings the act of letting go of those distractions and then bringing it back to that focus. It's the same way that you can create that inner exercise with facing your challenges of not making progress. All of these are just distractions at the end of the day. With that, make it a great day, take it joyfully, and stay conscious.